Hi, Mr. Layton here. In this video, we're going to talk about the circle of fifths or the circle of keys. And this one is organized in fifths. Let me change my cursor to focus in on here. So let's talk about what we're seeing here. Because you're seeing a lot of letters, you're seeing some numbers, and you're seeing some hashtags or sharp symbols, and order of flats, order of sharps. Okay, so this is one single page in the packet. Now, most of the times I hand out a page that is a circle of keys, which is organized a little bit differently, and it has the scales written on the bottom of that page. If you're not one of my students, that's usually what I hand out. And it's not the circle of fifths necessarily, because I have it inverted to have it go around this way in the circle of fourths. So let's break all this down. These letters are representing each major scale. C major, G major. So C major scale, right? G major scale, and so forth and so on. Now the numbers are telling us how many sharps or how many flats are in each key. That's what the numbers tell us. So G sharp has one sharp. If we look at the order of sharps, we go, oh, well, we know we have to follow the order from left to right. That's F sharp. So G, if we spelled this scale out, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. And then we get a G major scale. And that works for all these scales, okay? Or if I think about F major, F major, F, G, A, B flat is the one flat because that is the first flat in the order. And we only have one flat in that scale. B flat, C, D, E, F. Okay. When we go from C major to G major, the distance between those two notes is a fifth. Let me explain. So if I start on C again, this is middle C or C4 on the piano. C, D, E, F, G. That's the fifth note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is G, and then we have the next key. That pattern repeats all the way through. So if we can do this again on G major. G, G, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get D. And that works all the way around the circle. Now, I usually hand out the circle of fourths, which is the opposite way. But on the paper that I hand out to my students, it looks like it's going clockwise instead of counterclockwise. So if we think counterclockwise, it is now the circle of fourths. So let's break this. Let's start on C major again. C, D, E, F. That's the fourth note of C major, and we get the next key. C, 1, 2, 3, 4 is F. And so that's why going this way is the circle of fourths, and going clockwise is the circle of fifths. Now, if you've taken piano, if you have piano lessons, most of the time when you do get into learning all your scales, they're going to teach you the circle of fifths going this way because it just makes more sense to do that for those types of instruments. But if you are learning a traditional wind instrument in a band, we teach the circle of fourths because these are more common keys for flutes, clarinets, bass clarinet, alto saxophone, tenor saxophone, baritone saxophone, all those instruments that are in band. Okay, and yeah, so The circle of fifths is more for orchestral instruments, I would say, because we have string instruments that a lot of times they're going to be playing in these keys more often than these keys. They're going to be using these scales more than these scales. Okay. And the numbers, remember, those are telling you how many sharps are in each key or how many flats are in each key. So this side of the circle is called or referred to as the sharp side of the circle. And then this side of the circle is referred to as the flat side of the circle. And then you can use this as a musical calculator. And this is how. So I like to think of it as a clock face, like a traditional clock. And if I'm thinking about this, we know that C doesn't have any sharps or flats. So that's 12 o'clock. But 1 o'clock is the same position on the clock as it is on our circle because we have 12 keys, so it lines up perfectly. 1 o'clock has one sharp. 2 o'clock has two sharps. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So I hope that you understand how that pattern works in relations to how many sharps are in each key. If we flip this around, or if we just think about the clock being in the opposite way, and what if we had 1 o'clock going counterclockwise? It works the same way on the flat side of the circle. 1 o'clock, one flat. 2 o'clock, two flats. 3 o'clock, three flats, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I hope this video helps you understand what you're looking at when you see a circle of keys or a circle of fifths. And then don't forget about those orders of flats and sharps. All right, I will see you in the next video.